All right. What's going on, folks? Where you hiding? Where you hiding? Where you hiding? Sorry, I am late. So I totally had technical difficulties, and I had some stuff deleted. Uh, Anyways, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We're gonna do another tier list. This time, well, last time we did the NFL tier list on Lombardi desperation teams, like how teams are desperate, for a Lombardi trophy. This time we're going to do the MLB edition for the World Series. Appreciate y'all for coming in. I know I'm a bit late. I apologize. Where we're going to run down through this list before before we get to the next live stream. I don't have much time or pressure on this, so let's get right to it. So it looks like right here, we're going to start with the AL West. Let's see. As far as the Angels go, the LA Angels, who used to be the Anaheim Angels, they haven't won it all since 2002. So I'm going to put them in the times taken category just to be a little courteous. I'm not going to put them in a generational curse because it's only been 2 decades. I'm going to give them a little break here. They got the likes of Mike Trout, obviously, who I like very much, and he's an Eagles fan. So I'm really, if the A's win the World Series, oh boy, what would it be like for the LA fans? I don't know if there's any fans out there, really. Really, they hardly show up to any sport. Whether you're talking about the Rams, whether you're talking about the Chargers, it doesn't even matter. The Angels, LA doesn't really show up for their teams. So I'm going to put them right there. Time's ticking. They aren't too far off as far as, how long ago they've won it all. So, okay. Let's see here. Let's see who else is in the chat. What's good, Eric Wallace? Where you hiding, bruh? Oh boy, Big Nate in the motherfucking house. Outlaws, West Side to a die. What's up? I bet you're a Brewers fan. Something tells me you're a Brewers fan. But welcome to the chat, everybody. Let's move on to the next team. Where are we at here? We are at the Oakland A's. Damn, what was it last time they won it all? I don't care. I'm going to put them right here, and I need it now. They're beyond generational curse. They haven't won it all since I was born. They haven't really been that relevant since, I don't know, the Jason Giambi days when they had Jason Giambi. I think they're about to sell their team. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, I don't really see much happening with Oakland. And if they somehow win it all, I mean, let's really theoretically think about it. Are they really going to keep that team in Oakland just because they win a World Series? It's not going to change a damn thing. They're going to move out to probably LA. And I remember when Billy Badass was once a fan of this team, but then decided to hop right over to the San Francisco, not 49ers, but the San Francisco Giants. I almost said 49ers. Not today. Y'all not going to get me in rages about the fucking 49ers today. Woo-wee. What? Washington State. I'm hoping my Mariners have a good season. Yes, man. So last year, well, the year before, now there's a new season. I'm glad that y'all made the playoffs. I was really upset for y'all that y'all didn't capitalize off that momentum, but we're going to get to talking about the Mariners in a second. He said, nah, I don't really have a baseball team. If I probably did, it'd probably be the Orioles. Ew. Oh, man, that's disgusting. Well, that's your choice, though. Okay, so the next team we have here is the Houston Astros. Now, I really don't know if I should put them in a spoiled or the still relevance. I think Gen Z's is too low. So I'm going to give them a fair position here. I'm going to put them in the still relevant category in spite of all the cheating, versus the Yankees. They're known as cheaters. They still have, 2 titles with Dusty Baker. They still have Altuve. They still have a lot of players that I hate. They beat us in the World Series. Lloyd of Houston, shout out to him. He's a fan of that team, as well as many other Houston loyalists. I do not like the Astros, but I got to give credit to where credit is due here. They are still relevant. And now we move on to see the Seattle Mariners. Let's move on to Seattle Mariners. Seattle Mariners, I really think they need it now. They need a World Series now, like desperately. And there's probably going to be a lot of teams in this section right here, but considering they've had one of the best hitters in the game, Ichiro Suzuki, ever in the game. And it's been since that time in the 2001 series where they blew, a 2-0 series lead in the wild card round to the fucking, no, it was the ALDS at the time because only 4 teams would get in. But in the ALDS, they had a 2-0 lead and they blew it in 5 games. They lost the last 3. And that series will forever be known for the jump throw. Am I getting this confused with? Oh, wait. I'm getting this confused with the Oakland series. Yeah. But I still think they blew a 2-0 lead to the Mariners. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it took them 20 years to make the playoffs. It did take them 20 years to make the playoffs. And, things are starting to go back in the right direction for the Mariners. They took a little step back last year. But I hope they overtake the Twinkies for the division. Yeah. No. Oh my God, I'm so confused. I was thinking that the Twinkies were in the division. Never mind. Good luck, Seattle. Let's just leave it at that. All right, let's take a look at these comments. Nothing going on. All right. So last but not least, from the AL West, we have the Texas Rangers, the World Series champions. I'm going to go ahead and put them in a still relevant category. I'm not ready to put them as spoiled because, back-to-back championships is hard to come by. If you win 3, you're definitely spoiled. But show me you can win back-to-back. Show me what you can do as far as title defense, and you'll have me believing that you're in a spoiled category. I do want to say congrats to the Texas Rangers for winning it all. They've overcame. If they didn't win a World Series, they would have been in the I Need It Now section along with these 2 losers. But since they won it all for the very first time, I got to hold them to a high rank here. The Texas Rangers, they definitely deserve to be in the still relevant category. They made themselves relevant by winning a title, something that the Cowboys couldn't do. I had to mess with the Cowboys, right? So congratulations. You beat the team that beat us in the NLCS, which is very disappointing. I'm going to get to them way later in the stream. So disappointing. So fucking disappointing. All right. So that was the AL West. Or was it the AL West? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I got this right. I'm pretty sure I got this organized right. Yeah, I did get this organized right. I did it right. I'm overthinking. I'd agree with that. Every year, I can't get too excited. Yeah, you got to be on the edge of your seat, man. I hope y'all make some noise. I really do hope y'all make some noise. You got to be out the I'm not going to say the Twinkies, but you got 2 teams to worry about, really. You got the fucking Astros and you got the fucking Rangers, who both made the playoffs last year. And Texas wasn't even a division winner last year. Believe it or not, the Astros won this series. Well, won the division. And they failed to win a home game. Unbelievable. They lost all their home games. Unbelievable. They did the same thing they did in the World Series versus the Nationals. Unbelievable. That's unheard of. How do you not take care of home field advantage? So, let's move on to the Central, shall we? We got the Detroit Tigers, who haven't won it all since, the 80s? I want to say 84. I'm going to put them in the generational curse. Tigers haven't really done anything. Enough said about them. I don't know too much about the Tigers. Fuck them. The Kansas City Royals. We're going to move right through this because we got another stream coming on a little bit later. The Kansas City Royals. Let me see. The Gen Z still remember me sounds pretty good. They have won a World Series. They have been to a couple in 3 years over the past, 11 or 10 years. They lost to the Giants, I believe, in 2014. Yeah. They won. They lost versus the Giants. I want to say 2014, and then they won versus the Mets. The Mets. So, I guess if we're being realistic here, I would put them there. But the Royals seem to have lost their swag. They're one of the worst teams in the league right now. Hopefully, they can improve. We got the Twinkies, who haven't won it all since I was born in 1991. I'm going to go ahead, since it's been 3 decades, I'm going to put them in the generational curse as well. They haven't won it all since who they beat in the World Series, the Braves? I don't know who they beat in the World Series, but it was 91. It was a long time ago. It's been a minute. And the Twinkies, they won with a pretty bad record. They won their division with a pretty bad record last year. Give me the Twinkies at the generational curse. They need to break that curse. That curse is as old as me. So the Twins need to break that real fast. Oh, boy. Dude, the Braves are spoiled. Come on now. We'll see where I put them. We're going to go through this stream really quick. It's going to be done before 9 because I have another stream that I'm going to post, and it's going to be about Dan Schneider. Not Dan Snyder with the Redskins, but Dan Schneider, the Nickelodeon guy. So y'all stay tuned in for that. That's going to be interesting to hear my thoughts, Mitch Kofsky's thoughts, Bones NYG's thoughts if he ever comes on tonight, and Big D without further ado. But yeah, let's get back to the White Sox. The White Sox, I think they last won it all in 2005, right after the Red Sox did it. So I can't put them in Gen Z's remember me because it's been almost 2 decades since they won it all. So I'm going to put them in time's ticking. I'll be fair. The Gen Z's don't remember that. Oh, my God. I remember that nut-ass manager. I forgot his fucking name. His name fucking escapes me right now. Oh, my God. But his manager was nuts. He would always rage. But he somehow won it all for them. But, damn, you could tell my knowledge on AL teams is ridiculous. It's ridiculously high, y'all. But we're going to battle through this. Yeah, I feel like the White Sox, they definitely deserve to be there. Let's see. Yeah, 4 more days, Slitta. 4 more days. We're beating your ass, bro. We're beating your ass. Game 1, $20 on the line. That's what we agreed to, everybody. For those who don't know, that's our bet. $20 for the first game. We don't give a fuck who wins the series. I guess I do want to win the series. Yes, that's more important than winning $20. I mean, it would be bittersweet if, we win the series but still lose the first game and I lose $20. Ugh, that'd be terrible. But I want to sweep. I want to sweep the Braves. I want to get to what Brian Snicker had to say a little later. Glavin, what he had to say about the Phillies and the excuses he made. I can't wait to get to the Braves. I cannot wait to get. I cannot wait to get to the Braves. Oh my God. But let's continue and drive our way through this. So we have. Hold on. Oh, what's up, Jerry G? What's good? What's up, Philly Special Cards? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It's been a while since I seen y'all. What's good? Tell your folks to subscribe. What if the Falcons get Hassan Reddick? It ain't gonna affect me. Y'all better give us some. Major draft picks. But let's stay on topic here. We got the Cleveland Indians. I don't give a fuck if you're offended. They are the Cleveland Indians. They are the team with the biggest drought in the MLB currently because they lost a 3-1 lead to the Chicago Cubs. I have to put them in the I need it now. Whoops, didn't mean to put them in front of the Seattle. I have to put them in I need it now. They have the biggest drought in MLB history currently. And it's only growing larger and larger. They are some losers. LeBron James had overcome a 3-1 lead for the Cavs the same year, and you blow it. 5 months later, he wins it all for the city of Cleveland. And you blow it to the team who formerly had the biggest drought of 108 years. How does it feel, Indians? Indians. I don't care who gets offended. Wow. That was a rant. All right. So now let's get to the Blue Jays. Oh, Blue Jays, they haven't won it all since, wow, they beat the Phillies. There's a couple of teams on here from the AL East, surprisingly. These next two teams, their last title ever was when they beat the Phillies in the World Series. And I know Slit is laughing over there somewhere. He's somewhere at his home laughing. He might be by his weights and all that. Be like, ha, 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 look at me getting strong while I'm laughing at Where You Hiding. 1993. 1983. I know he's laughing right now, but 1993 was the last time. I think the curse, it's a generational curse at this point. It's been over 3 decades for them as well. They're a generational curse. It's been a while since they won it all. The words Joe Carter still resonates with me. It's something. Oh my God, man. Mitch Williams, bro. Mitch Williams. That's really all I have to say about that, bro. It's a really tragic time in Phillies history that I had to learn about eventually, and it's a very sad story to hear. It's like listening to a horror story or watching a horror movie and the ending doesn't quite go your way, or watching Mufasa die, or watching, Jack in the Titanic. He had to sink because this cardboard ain't big enough for the two of us, so Rose has got to hang on to that little board there. So Jack has got to sink because apparently he can't swim all of a sudden, even though, granted, it is kind of cold out there. But anyways, let's move on to the Orioles. Got to put them in generational curse too. Got to put them there. They haven't won it all since 1983 when, obviously, they beat the Phillies. Shout out to EC1, obviously. Shout out to Jaganoff, who is also a fan of the Orioles. I know there's a bunch of people that I know from the Frederick, Maryland area and the Maryland area in general who are Orioles fans, some Nationals fans, very little Nationals fans, but shout out to the Orioles. They seem to be getting it together at a good time. As soon as EC1 started getting into baseball, all of a sudden they started winning games all of a sudden. And I want to say it's been over a decade since the Orioles have even been to the playoffs. They're doing some good things. They need some better pitching. I don't know if Craig Kimbrell's going to do it. Their relievers, I don't know, man. They can't do it. I don't know about their relievers, man. They got some pretty bad defense, but it didn't stop them from scoring a lot of points, obviously, scoring a lot of runs, obviously. They have some really good offense, but their pitching is going to lose them some games. But thankfully for them, they won the division. Now do something with it because you got swept as soon as you got in the playoffs. All right, so we got the Boston Red Sox, and my dad really fucking hates this team. My dad really hates this fucking team. The Boston Red Sox, I'm going to definitely say they're still relevant. I got to put them in a still relevant category. Got to put them there. That's the right spot. There's something about those Red Sox who just keep coming back in those random fucking years. They broke a serious curse. Actually, 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was sitting with my dad, watching the games. He used to always be like, I got 26. That's what my dad used to always say to me because he's a huge Yankees fan. I got 26. I used to feel sorry for the Red Sox. And when I was a kid and I didn't know better, that would be my side team. Yeah, I said it. When I didn't know better and I was a kid, that was my side team, the Red Sox. I had a lot of respect for the Red Sox, and that's the only Boston team that I really like. So they end up winning one in 2004. 2007, missing one. 2000, when was the next one? The next one was 2013. And then the last one, obviously, was in 2018. So credit to the Red Sox for getting those championships, getting over the 86-year curse of the Bambino. Oh, my God. Bill Buckner is forgiven. He can now rest in peace ever since that moment in 86 versus the Mets. Fuck, man. I wish the Mets didn't have a World Series. Then Slater would be really laughing if you really think about it. Yes, Mitch is hopping on tonight. What's up, Jaguar man? What's good? I bet you can't wait till I get to the Pirates. Let's see where I put them. I might put them in a generational curse. I'm not going to give it away yet. Yeah, EC1 and Jagganoff are Orioles fans. Gave them a shout out. What's going on, Falcon King? That weirdo guy that laughs at people with tripods in the gym. Oh, my God. We got beef? We got beef with Slater here? Oh, my goodness. Woo. I'm going to leave that between y'all two. But shout out to you, Falcon King. Welcome. Yeah, taking it personal. But as far as the Red Sox, I'm going to put them right there. If they win one more, especially in a century, then I will definitely put them in the spoiled category. They got to do a little bit more for me. Let's see. The Tampa Bay Rays, they used to be called the Devil Rays, but now they dropped the Devil. The Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind. He was way behind because look at the deal. All right. So the Tampa Bay Rays, I need it now. They've been around for 3 decades. At least. They've been around since the 92 season, I believe. They went to the World Series. They were close to going to another one in the past couple of years. They lost to our Fighting Phils in 2008. The 2008 World Champs of Baseball. Shout out to Harry Callis. Shout out to that amazing voice of Philadelphia. He would go on to pass away, unfortunately, the very next year. But as far as the Rays go, man, they've been around for a while. It would only make sense to put them there. And then finally, we have our first team in the spoiled category, I don't care if they haven't won it all since 2009, when goddamn, they were the ones who also, they're the last team. Why does every team, they got to stop at beating the Phillies in the World Series? The last championship for the Orioles, 1983 versus the Phillies. The last championship for the Blue Jays, 1993. The last championship for the Stankies, 2009. Now, anyways, when it comes down to Stankies history, you cannot deny all the history of Derek Jeter, Jason Giambi, who switched over from the Athletics to the Yankees. You cannot deny there's a lot of names. Gary Sheffield, all those big boy names. Oh my God, A-Rod at the time. Alex Rodriguez. Those are some huge names. You can't forget about the history. They started off the 21st century with a bang. These niggas went back to back to back to start the century. And they were almost four-peaters in 2001, the year that 9/11 happened. Oh my God, 9/11. What an amazing World Series that was between them and the Diamondbacks. Wow. Look back on that series if you haven't. Young boys and girls who are tuned in to this stream, look back on that World Series and tell me that isn't the best World Series you've ever seen. Nah, it's up there. It's probably top 5. It's up there with the 93 World Series. It's up there with the Cubs versus Indians World Series. It's up there with the Astros and Astros and Nationals World Series. It's up there. But the Yankees have a lot of fucking history. And even though they've only won a couple of World Series since the 20th century, and they've won a lot in the 20th century, my dad will tell me every day, my goodness, a lot of history. They are spoiled. The Yankees are the most spoiled team in fucking America. I got to put them on 25 to life. But right now, they're still living in the legacy of the millennials. The millennials have now made babies. 2009 was just 15 years ago. It's crazy. 2009, kids are going to fucking high school. Oh my goodness. Yankees. I cannot stand the Yankees. Ooh. God damn it. Now, on to the next team that I cannot stand. We have our Arizona Diamondbacks. Ugh. Wash my mouth out with soap. I did not say R. Ugh. We're halfway through this, y'all. We're going to start with the NL West. The lame-ass Diamondbacks. I'm going to put them in the times ticking category simply because we were just talking about that amazing World Series that happened in 2001 after the tragic events of 9/11. The Diamondbacks, who were a relatively new team, an expansion team at the time, they got it done versus one of the greatest dynasties of all time in the Yankees. I would say that's the second greatest dynasty behind their older one, which was a 14-year consecutive World Series championship run. Now, that's a fucking dynasty. I've never heard of any shit like that. But as far as the Diamondbacks go, we all know how close they were. They upset the Phillies. Unfortunately, everybody always got to laugh at the Phillies. You know, oh my God, well, the Phillies have lost 10,000 times in their history. For those of y'all who are new, obviously the way that I'm talking, I'm obviously a Phillies fan. But sometimes we got to fall short to these loser teams like this. The Arizona goddamn fucking Diamondbacks, who beat us in the NLCS last year. We blew a 2-0 lead. They made it to the World Series. They are last year's runner-ups to the Texas Rangers. And congratulations to Duke Bothers and Simus and all those Texas Rangers fans. Congratulations to all of y'all. Y'all some all-stars. Thank you for eliminating them for us. 2009 was your first birthday? Damn, you young! You're slightly older than the Yankees drought. Let's see, who won it all? Oh, yeah, we won it all in 2008. You're just as old as the fucking Phillies drought. You're old as the Phillies drought, coincidentally. What's going on, Dashay? My Reds host the Nationals Thursday. Oh, yeah? I hope you beat them. I hope you beat the ever-living shit out of the Washington Nationals. I hope you beat them. Please, sir. Please get a sweep for me. Please sweep them for me. And hopefully we sweep those fucking Braves, too. I really want to start off the year laughing my ass off. I want to laugh at Slitta so bad for old time's sake. For old time's sake. Boy. Now then. Who's next? We have the LA Dodgers. I'm going to put them in the Gen Z Still Remember Me. Even though their championship wasn't too long ago, it took them a huge, long time to get that championship back in LA in 2021. And it was a COVID year. I'm sorry, 2020 was the COVID year when they won it all. The Braves won it in 2021, unfortunately. But when you look at the Braves and all the talent that they have, and considering who they signed, I'm not going to say his name because I'm still upset that he's not in Philly. Like we had a chance to get him anyway. Considering all those players that they have, how do you come up short? How do you go one and done every year? Almost every year. Almost every year, you never make it to the fucking NLCS. The last couple of years, you've made it to the NLDS via bye. You had a bye. You had some rest. But you still end up choking in the second round. One and done. That's it. Bye-bye, Dodgers. But one time in the 80s, between that year and 2020, that's a really big gap. But I'll say the Gen Zs remember me because, you know, the Gen Zs, they'll always remember that moment where the Braves lost to the Dodgers after surrendering a 3-1 lead to the Dodgers. I thought there was going to be some more choking to come for the Braves, but they ended up winning a World Series after that, which was very devastating. I was very upset about that Slitta got something to celebrate. But let's see, the Colorado Rockies. Let's move on to them. I'm going to put them in the I Need It Now. My greatest memories of the Colorado Rockies would have to be the time that we were starting to get it going in 2007. In 2007, we haven't made the playoffs at that point in 14 years. You know, Joe fucking Carter had a real effect on us in us not making the playoffs. And I remember us having, a 10 or 9 game deficit in September from us and the Mets in first place. And they blew it. So we end up winning the division, the NL East, in 2007 for the first time since 1993. And who do we meet? We meet the Buzzsaw in Colorado. They sweep us in 3 games. But don't worry, Phillies fans. They would go on and get swept in the World Series. And throughout their short history, they would never win a World Series. And let's hope that shit continues. Because I do not like the Colorado Rockies. They don't have much of a history. Oh, my God, man. They remind me of Coors Light in a sense. They do. The Colorado Rockies, whenever you think about Rockies, and also the Brewers, who we're going to get to a little bit later on, they remind me of beers. They remind me of breweries. Colorado, you think about the Rockies, you think about Rocky Mountains. What beer has Rocky Mountains on it? Coors Light, that weak-ass beer. Coors Light. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the I need it now, considering their short history, and they've never won a World Series. 2 months away until I turn 30 years old, a.k.a. 3 decades old. Congratulations to you, Dashi. Just got to make it a couple more months. Got to make it a couple more months in the name of Jesus. I pray for you and many more years to come in life. I pray you're old enough to surpass fucking Betty White in her age. She almost made it to 100. I pray that you make it to 100. So happy early birthday to you. I saw the Discord server. That dog hair on a pizza. Disgusting. Ew. Ugh. Where's that fucking meme at? Oh my God. I need to give him a good laugh right now.
Ew! Well, that's disgusting. Well, that's disgusting. Well, that's disgusting. Well, that's disgusting.
God, I missed that. Oh. Oh my God. All right. Let's move on. We have the San Diego Padres, who have never won the World Series, never even appeared to one. Hey, yo, it's Bedlam at the bank. It's Bedlam at the bank. Oh, my God, such fond memories. Thank you, Padres, for that memory. Bryce Harper, as much as y'all fucking Braves fans hate him, he did it. He got us to the World Series. So fuck the Padres. They definitely need their title now. Oh, yes. I can't stand the Padres. Oh, my God. Oh, they're not even worth my time right now to talk about them. They'll never win shit. Ever. On to the San Francisco, I almost called them 49ers. They are the Giants. The San Francisco Giants. I would say they're in a still relevant category. As far as the Giants go, they do hold some bad memories, especially in the playoffs. They do give me some bad memories, some bad nightmares. So the Giants, they stopped us from going to the World Series 3 consecutive times. Madison Bumgarner. Oh my God, I hate that name. Oh, Madison Bumgarner, man. Woo! The Panda. Oh, the Panda, bro. Oh, those are some bad memories. Oh my God. So they stop us from going to the World Series 3 consecutive times after we just been in the World Series versus the Rays and won it and lost to 6 to the Yankees. We was in contention to go, but we end up losing to the Giants in 6 in the NLCS. So we end up losing that series, and it starts a bad trend of us eventually, missing the playoffs for some time. But as far as the Giants' history, I would definitely say they're still relevant. They seem to have been on cases where they have won every other year, which is still dynasty relevant. You don't have to win every year for it to be dynasty relevant. You don't have to win consecutive times. But there was a time where they won 3 World Series. I almost said Super Bowls. 3 World Series in 5 years. Every other year. I'm not playing with y'all. 2010, 2012, 2014. Back in the early 2010s, they weren't no team to fuck with. Anderson Bumgarner. That's a name that will stick with me. Madison Bumgarner, excuse me. Where's the lamb? Where's the lamb sauce, Dashy? Watching Gordon Ramsay, Master Chef Jr. There's a little girl from Ann Arbor. Ew! 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 That is disgusting.
Ew!
Oh my goodness. Oh my God, bro. Ugh. Well, God bless the child. Milwaukee Brewers, obviously they need it now. My favorite memory of the Milwaukee Brewers, I guess, would be Prince Fielder always striking out versus the Phillies in that 08 series. I have a lot of 08 memories, y'all. This was back when I was 16, going on 17 the very next week. Man, it was such a good series. And I'll never forget that grand slam that CC Sabathia gave up in the ALDS that kind of got the run started, the World Series run started. Man, that got the party started, bro. It was Bedlam at the bank. Man, I'm still teasing the fucking San Diego Padres. So the Milwaukee Brewers, I believe, have never been to a World Series. I believe that to be true. Correct me if I'm wrong. They haven't been to a World Series. Enough said about them. They have a long history and still have never been to a World Series. So let's move on to one of Dashy's most hated teams in fucking history. Let's move right on to the St. Louis Cardinals. Oh my God, I'm at a crossroad right now. Okay, so I'm going to put them, I was going to put them as still relevant, but they got to go a tier down. The Gen Z still remember that 2011. And the only reason why I'm saying 2011, okay, I made the same case for the Giants, the New York Giants of football. 2011 was the year of every day I'm shuffling. Man, party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. Oh my God, who won the World Series that year? Let's go with the St. Louis Cardinals, who had to overcome a large deficit of their own. Another team who overcame a large deficit. So they had to come back. There was no way they were winning the division. So that's out of the question. They had to come back versus the Braves in the wild card standings. And the Braves had a massive lead and they collapsed it. They had to depend on teams like the Phillies to beat them, the Braves. They went through kind of the same thing that the other AL team went through. But anyways, back. I got to stay on topic, bro. So anyways, the Cardinals go ahead. They win it all in 2011. Albert Pujols' only ring, or is it his only ring? 2006. Did they win it all in 2006? Let me know in the comments if they won it all in 2006. I believe they did. This may be Albert Pujols' only ring. They've had, obviously, the likelihood of fucking Yadier Molina. They had a lot of legends. Albert Pujols, man, they had a lot of fucking legends. But a lot of history, obviously, with the St. Louis Cardinals. Everybody talking about the Sewers. Hey, I made that name first. Man, oh man. The Sewers are the Ravens of the MLB playoff chokers. Well, you can't really call them the Ravens because the Ravens have a title. They have two of them, to be exact. You can't really call them the Ravens. My memories of the Sewers will be every team beat them in the playoffs to either get to the World Series or win the World Series. Damn, is that true? Every team in baseball? Wow. Well, on the NL side. I got to check to see if that's an actual fact. Wow. That is a very good comment. I'm going to give that a star right now. And Big D, shout out to you. He'll be joining me in 9 o'clock tonight. Did you know 16 pigs could go through my body that weighs over 200 pounds in 8 minutes? That means a single pig could eat 8 pounds of unlocked flesh per minute. That is insane. Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Thanks for confirming that, Dashy. So Albert Pujols did win 2. I thought for a second he only won once. That is incredible, Big D. Wow. That's another one I got to put a star by. All y'all getting stars. You an all-star, Big D. So let's move on to the Chicago Cubbies, who I'm honestly going to say, and I know Dashy is not going to feel right about this, but my heart goes out to the people who have suffered for so long, 108 years to be exact. This has been a generational curse beyond fucking measures. We're talking about grandmothers, great-grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers, great-great-great-great-grandmothers who have never seen their fucking baseball team, their Cubbies. Bernie Mac unfortunately passed away before the Cubbies have seen them win a World Series. 108 years. I got to put the Cubs. I can't put them in generational curse anymore. I'm going to be a little generous, but a little bit critical. You know what? I'll be a little generous. Gen Z still remember me. I'm going to put them there because they're struggling right now. I get that. But they've broken a curse. That's something, and in the most miraculous way. Oh my God. They almost lived to the, I forgot the name. Back to the Future. That's the name of the movie. They almost lived up to that movie's hype, but they were a year late. They were like 2015 or 2025 or something. It was one of those fucking years. They almost lived up to the hype, but they ended up getting it done after 108 years. They broke a lot of curses, and now they really set the bar for the Indians. And I call them the Indians. I don't give a fuck who gets offended. They set the bar for the Indians. Now you got to get it done. We got it done versus y'all. We trailed 3-1 in the series, and we still beat you. We trailed 3-1. Anyways, on to the Pittsburgh Pirates. They haven't won a World Series in a while. Sorry, my guy, Jaguar man. All of your teams suck for some odd reason. You got Penn State. You got the Pirates. Whew. You got the Jaguars who never won the Super Bowl. I got to put your Pirates here, man. I got to put your Pirates here in the generational curse. They haven't won the World Series in a while, obviously. So that would be a good place to put them. They've had the likes of Barry Bonds. They had the likes of Andrew McCutchen, modern day. They haven't really had a lot of buzz around their city lately. Their fans are not really supportive of the Pirates nearly as much as the Steelers. So that would be a good place to put them. And now, last but not least, we have the Cincinnati Reds. Dashy, I am going to have to put your team in the generational curse. It's been over 3 decades. I can't give you no break here. Generational curse. Y'all haven't won it all in 3 decades when Pete Rose was there. Well, actually 4 decades now. Pete Rose was the last one to win it all for you. Honestly, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care if he gambled on the sport. I don't give a fuck. If Bud Selig is not alive, he was the commissioner who laid down the law when that happened. But I really need the Reds to kind of get it together if they want to climb the ranks. If they win the World Series this year, I'm going to bump them up to still relevant. And that's how I feel. Right now, they haven't won shit since the 80s. I want to say this. They remind me of the Chicago Bears of the NFL. Haven't won it all since the 80s. They've been searching and searching. They've been kind of struggling lately. They've had a couple surprise seasons, but never could get it over the top. Something's got to change in Cincinnati, and I believe in that De La Cruz kid. Y'all were hot from May, June, and July, and then all of a sudden you ran out of gas, and you end up being, a few games short of making the playoffs? So this season, learn how to win 80-plus games. Your goal should be at this point, let's aim for 85 maybe. That'll be probably enough to get you in. But that De La Cruz kid, he's good. And hopefully, for the sake of your mental health, Dashy, hopefully there's a lot less David Bell rages, which is hilarious. I love those David Bell rages. Actually, Barry Larkin was the last Reds player who was in the Baseball Hall of Fame to win the World Series title. So we already broke the Pete Rose curse in 1990. We won our fifth. Oh, so it's 1990. That doesn't change my mind. I'm still going to put you in a generational curse, because generational curse, it's got to be at least a three-decade drought. So I'm going to leave you right there. I think that's where I would put you. All right, finally, the NL East. And quite frankly, A Fizzle has joined in just in time to see the NL East. If it was me, I'd put the Dodgers and Cardinals in the spoiled, because they have been up. Dodgers and Cardinals. You know what? For you, I'm not going to change my mind about the Dodgers, but I'll definitely change my mind about the Cardinals, considering they have a bunch of titles and they're only second to they're second to only the Yankees, I believe. I believe they're still in second. Somebody else may be in second or third, but I'm going to put the Yankees there. I'm going to put the Yankees and Cardinals there. They're still spoiled. All right, now on to the Miami Marlins. I'm going to put them, and I'm going to be really generous here. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Nah. I got to put them in the times taken. I really had to think about this. Sure, they have done a remarkable job with how they became an expansional team, and they came out running. They came out of a cannon. They're one of the very few teams ever in any sport that I could actually say, okay, this team shot out of a cannon and won a title immediately. They won 2 of them in 6 years. That's a pretty good start to a franchise. And this is counting the Florida Marlins and the Miami Marlins. But there's the reason why I'm putting them in the times ticking. There's been so many shitty seasons. Them shitty seasons kind of feel like 2003 was just, I don't know, fucking a dark age, a days of the Renaissance. I don't want to put them too high. All right. So moving on to the Washington Nationals, I got to be fair and put them in the Gen Z Still Remember Me, because let's be real, they were also a team who came out of a cannon, who shot out of a cannon. Well, not really. Not really. They were a franchise since they took over for the Montreal Expos in 2006? Whenever you think of not the Montreal Expos, but the Washington Nationals, you think of Steven Strasburg, obviously. You think of Bryce Harper, who was formerly there. Now he's a Philly. There's a lot of names. What was his name? He used to play for the Phillies in 2008. Jason Worth, who played for the Phillies. Oh, my God. He was a National at the time. Not the time when he won the World Series, but still. Oh, my God. I can't stand the Nationals. I'm more curious on where you're going to put the Phillies as opposed to the Braves. I have an idea where the Braves will be. Oh, boy. We'll see. It seems like Washington sports all suck. None of them are relevant. But they've been sucking. They've been sucking so much dick the past couple of seasons. The past way few seasons since Bryce Harper left. But I can't deny that they've won a World Series in one of the most unconventional, unthinkable, unfathomable way. I can't even fathom how they won that World Series. They won it all on the road. All of the games, all four. Anti-home field advantage. Road Warriors. All three times they had a chance to win at home. They won none of them. They had to win all four on the road in Houston. I'm like, unfucking believable. Shit. Why does Awesomeness get to have a ring? Enough about her. I've been outside of National Stadium. Okay, cool. I've been outside of Raven Stadium. You're talking about, but it would mean a lot to the city of Washington, though. It would mean a lot to the city of Washington, considering how the Cockroaches never get it done for them. The Mystics, who are also always so close. The Maryland Terrapins, who never shit. They are never shit. So if they get it done, that'd be great for them. The New York Mess. Let's see here. Where would I put them? Oh, boy. I'm going to put them in I Need It Now. I don't give a fuck if they won a championship. I don't give a fuck. 1986, I don't give a fuck. I got to be harsh on the Mets here. I know I'm going to sound biased as fuck here. This is a hot take. I'm going to put them in the I Need It Now. If it wasn't for them Bill Buckner hands and the ball going through Bill Buckner's legs, y'all would still be ringless. Me, Aphiz, Slitta, and the rest of us niggas in the fucking NL East who have NL East teams would all be laughing at you right now. And even still, when you have won it all in 1986, it is still the biggest drought in the NL East currently. They are some fucking bums. Say it again. Bums. They are some bums. Now, on a more recent note, in 2015, they had a chance to break their curse versus the Royals. Couldn't get it done. So they end up falling to the Royals in 5 games in a best of 7. And the Royals win their first title in 2015 at the time in 30 years. They win their first title in 30 years. First time since 1985, and that World Series was controversial. Go back and look at the Cardinals Royals World Series if you want to look back on that one. But especially Game 6, that's the controversial game where, you know, it's called safe instead of out at first base. But as far as the Mets history, they seem to get all these superstars and do nothing with it. They stink. They're the Mutts for a reason. They're the mess for a reason. The mess, not the Mets. The mess. The mess. Get a broom, gather it up, sweep all the rats, the cockroaches, the dead cockroaches. They're all dead, by the way. Sweep them all up, all the dust, the mildew, even the pollen. Sweep them all up, throw them in the trash. That's the mess. The New York Mess. That's what it calls it. And now, finally, I forgot to mention that before we get to the Braves. I forgot that Mike Piazza, 2000. Thank you for reminding me, Dashi. 2000. That was the three-peat. That capped off the three-peat. Yeah, that capped off the three-peat. And now the moment that Braves fans have been waiting for. Kiss my ass. I'm not going to put y'all anywhere. We're moving on to the Phillies. I'm just playing, y'all. Don't leave the chat. Don't leave the stream. I got to be fair. Let's put them in the still relevant category. They have been division winners for a long time. They've come up short the past couple of times. They've won it all. I'll give them credit for that World Series. But the reason why they're not spoiled, Look at all the chances that they've had with their former manager, Cox. Pause. Look at all the chances that they've had every time they go to the NLCS. We've talked about it earlier in 2020, what it took for them to be angry enough and motivated enough to win that 2021 World Series, blowing a 3-1 lead the year prior to the LA Dodgers. That was crazy. Blowing a 3-1 lead to the Dodgers, and I remember Beast of the Nigathie, or Beast of the East, shout out to him, rest in peace to him. I used to call him that name, but he beat those fucking Braves, and man, boy, was I laughing. You should check out the video on that one if y'all wanted to see a throwback. But the Braves have a lot of history. I only credit them for 2 World Series. That's it. I don't credit them for the Milwaukee Braves. I only credit them for the Atlanta Braves. They have 2 titles. 2 titles, not 4. I don't credit them if they're not the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves had 2 titles. And I believe this is the word, and I believe that Slita opposes of this. He actually disagrees. He's always believed 2 championships for the Braves. 2. The reason why I can't put the Braves lower, they're always right there. They're always a threat to win the World Series. And that's something that I can't take away from them. They're just missing those multiple championships. World Series championships. And last but not least, we have our Philadelphia Phillies. Oh my God. Living in this big blue world with my head up in outer space. I know I'll be A-OK. I know I'll be A-OK. Hey, shout out to Bryson Stott. Our Philadelphia Fighting Phillies. Last but not least, our Fighting Phillies. I'm going to have to put them in the times ticking. I agree with Big D here. 2008, it's not really recent. It's not really too recent. I've been waiting. A nigga been waiting. A nigga been starving. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. I've been waiting like Nora Jones. I've been waiting for a championship for 15 years. Now I'm making 16. Since 2008 was 16 years ago. It's been a long time coming. That's over half my life ago. When are we finally going to get over the hump, Phillies? When are we going to finally avenge the death, the untimely demise of Harry Callis? Shout out to Harry Callis. I know it's great beating the Braves in the play. Oh, and that's another thing. Let's go back to the Braves for a minute. Glavine. Oh, my God. Let's talk about the excuse he made. Oh, my God. Well, the reason why we've lost to the Phillies, it doesn't help that we've had a layoff. It doesn't help. And then, Snickers, I call him Snickers, not Snickers. He complains about our fans being so rowdy, being so rude. My goodness. That's what I love about home field advantage. I love the rowdiness. I love when the fans get in that. And if you can't handle it, don't bitch about it. Just be silent. Oh, and how y'all handled that? Oh, my God. Orlando Arcia. We made him bow down to the king. That was one of my favorite moments from last year. Oh, my God. A memory I will never forget. But back to the Phillies. Can you win something for me? I can't put you any higher. I've got to be fair. You have to do more for me. We love what you did for us in 2008. We love that you got to the World Series in 2009 and 2022. But when it matters, we care about titles in Philadelphia. We don't want to be there and be short. Anybody who knows me knows I hate cock teases. I really hate it. I hate it like a motherfucker. Why did I cry when the Eagles lost the World Series by World Series? Why did I cry when the Phillies, or not the Phillies, but the Eagles lost the Super Bowl by 3 points? Because we were cock teased. 3 points, that close to winning a Super Bowl. Don't cock tease me again like that, Phillies. You get no hit in the World Series. You get so close to going to the World Series last year. You blew a 2-0 lead because of Kimbrel and Orion's belt from Men in Black. It's time to win it all. Ladies and gentlemen, the Phillies must do something. Philly, as a city, must do something. You want to know why Big D doesn't give a shit about sports right now? You want to know why? Because y'all keep fucking losing. In the worst possible moment, it'd be one thing if you just totally sucked. It'd be one thing if you just totally sucked, and we get that. But it's another thing when you get so close and you cock tease us. It's just terrible. It's a terrible feeling. It's the worst feeling in the world. I hate cock teases. Now, with that being said, we are going to take a you're so disrespectful. You're so disrespectful. Oh my goodness. This is
Ew!
Ew, A-Fizz. You stink. You stink, A-Fizz. But anyways, we're going to move on to our next live stream coming up in a little less than 30 minutes. Big D will be joining me in a moment. I'll be having Mitch Kofsky on there hopefully for about an hour. And also, if necessary, maybe he might join, maybe not. Bones will be on there shortly. We're all going to be talking about Dan Schneider and what this meant for our childhoods, the documentary, whether you've seen it or not. Man, what a fucking documentary. And man, we got to give our thoughts and feelings about this. But I'm going to take a short intermission, and I will see y'all in the next stream. Peace out.